Vice President Laurel made his announcement as Mrs. Aquino worked on a new cabinet lineup. He said he could not serve as a minister with her because his opinions were ignored and they disagreed so strongly.
There are basic, fundamental differences of opinion between the president and myself. There are certain things, basic and fundamental, over which we do not agree.
The main problem is communist insurgents.
After going around and visiting 13 military areas, I am convinced more than ever that we have to handle the insurgency problem with an all-out national effort.
Mrs. Aquino told a TV audience that she accepted the resignation with regret and defended her policy of negotiation.
I tried, and I tried very hard. But even as I explored the path of a negotiated end to the insurgency, I had made it clear that if negotiation failed, I would not hesitate to take up the sword of war.
Well, I would like to think that the President has made his recent decisions to remove some and then appoint some. Not so much because the military said so in survey, but that she needs to have a good team to help him, to help her. What does the governing council mean? It means setting aside the President as the chief executive and doing away with Congress. And for this council to run the affairs of the country for a certain time. Now, we know that this leads to dictatorship. And as was proven in the past, dictatorship is not the answer to the ills of Philippine society or countering insurgency. It did not work during those times. And again, this statement only serves to reveal their true intentions.
Leaves the public service.
Mrs. Aquino announced the latest resignations on nationwide television. Joker Arroyo had been her closest advisor, but the military claimed he was sympathetic to communist rebels, a charge he denies. Both his removal and that of speechwriter Locks In are seen as moves to appease a disillusioned military not used to compromise. Yet, despite the gravest crisis so far in her turbulent reign as president, Mrs. Aquino was putting on a brave face.
I would like to assure all of you that in the midst of this disinformation campaign, that your government is on top of the situation.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Aquino's chief of staff, General Fidel Ramos, told reporters that the military was investigating the presence of foreign personnel near the armed forces headquarters during the coup attempt. He didn't elaborate. Neither did he say if he thought Arroyo's departure would staunch unrest within the military. Earlier in the day, President Aquino received the American Assistant Secretary of State for East Asia and Pacific Affairs, Gaston Sigur. He told reporters he'd reaffirmed U.S. support for the Aquino administration after discussing the coup attempt with her. Sigur said the United States would speed up aid to the Philippines and would do as much as possible to strengthen the government. The 27-year-old opposition leader was returning to headquarters after announcing plans for a mass anti-government rally. As the car entered the compound, a white Volvo van drew alongside and 2 or 3 unknown gunmen opened fire at close range. A woman passenger said that all she could see was the muzzles of their guns. The victims were rushed to St. Luke's Medical Center, where doctors pronounced Leandro dead on arrival.
Mr. Leandro sustained a very extensive injury to the face, practically severing the entire jaw, mandible, from right to left. And that caused instantaneous death of the patient.
Shocked relatives and supporters gathered at the hospital. The family of the driver heard that he was still alive, though seriously injured. Party official Etta Rosales expressed their shock and anger at the shooting.
I think the government should take it upon itself the responsibility of all the crimes, human rights violations that have committed against people who have been trying all through the years to bring about genuine democracy in this country.
Leandro's distraught wife was in no doubt who she felt was responsible.
And I'm not afraid to say that I think the government is responsible for this.
President Aquino's office responded by saying she regarded the killing as a very tragic travesty of law and order.
Guide mo ko, guide mo ko.
Lahat ng kaibigan ng kapatid ko na nandito, na tumutulong sa amin. Bagamat dadalawa lang kami na nandito.